Yeah, Bernie, thank you for the analysis the other day when we were on the phone. Again, it's such a surprise to me how knowledgeable you are about football. It just doesn't really go with the persona that most people know. And I think it also really speaks well for you that you're a man of the people. A lot of people would consider it beneath, candidates would consider it beneath them to talk about a game with two teams as lowly as the Chicago Bears and the San Diego Chargers are this year, but you express your willingness to do so. I imagine it's beneath Donald Trump to do so. But, obviously those teams are disappointing, but you're treating them just as well as you would treat the Patriots or the Panthers. But I do have to know, what team is a bigger disappointment this year?
Well, I would say that both teams are very, very disappointing. Statistically, the Chargers are very good on offense, but have not been able to translate the offensive success into wins. On the other hand, they were supposed to be very good this year, and they're still only 2-6. The Bears have been terrible this year. It's not as if anyone expected them to be any good. So I guess, by default, the Chargers have been a bigger disappointment.
Well, that raises the question. They have half the season left, but they're not going to win anything. How do you motivate yourself when you're not even in the race for the postseason?
Actually, I think it's a better question for Martin O'Malley.
I guess he's not in the race either. Okay, the quarterbacks, though. Big expectations for both these guys, and they've really never done anything in the postseason. I think Rivers got to the AFC Championship in 2007, but will their careers ultimately be seen as a disappointment?
Well, I certainly don't think that Rivers has been. Rivers has been phenomenal the last few years. More disappointing is that a great quarterback like Rivers hasn't been on a contending team. Cutler, on the other hand, has been a bit of a disappointment. I mean, he's been in the league for a long time. He'll probably play for a little while longer, so he hasn't been too much of a disappointment. By the same token, I think Cutler represents the epitome of mediocrity. Cutler has always been looked at as a guy with elite talent, but it's underperformed. And I think, ultimately, that is looked at as disappointing.
Is this the worst Monday Night Football game of the year?
Not at all. In fact, I think the NFL should be applauded for allowing this game to play. In terms of quality, this game won't be great. But I think that it's beautiful that the NFL gives all teams, even teams like San Diego and Chicago, the opportunity to play on the big stage. I think that people can learn a big lesson from this, which is to give everyone an equal chance to shine.
Yeah, and I wonder how much we'll even get to see San Diego on Monday Night Football in the future, given that there's the rumor that they may be moving to LA.
Well, I think LA is filled with millionaires and billionaires, while San Diego has a bigger middle class. I think that the Chargers should stay in San Diego, where there are less millionaires and billionaires.
Okay, which leads to my final question. Who's going to win tonight? What's the score going to be?
All I know is I hope it's a tie. There are two poor teams that I think deserve an equal chance to win. That is why my prediction is that the Chargers and Bears will tie at 20 points apiece.
Very interesting. Bernie, as always, thank you for your time. I know how busy it is on the campaign trail.